Ladies and gentlemen, it is July the 24th, 2022, and something amazing has happened. Android 11 is finally out on the original Surface Duo. Mine is updated, and today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all the changes I know about in Android 11 for Surface Duo, and I'm going to compare it to Android 11 on Surface Duo 2. This is like 400 and something days in the making, and it's finally here. Oh, happy day. Let's take a look at Android 11 on Surface Duo. So first things first, if you don't know how to get this update downloaded, what you have to do is go to your settings, go to System, go to System Update, and as you can see here, just for proof, they're in the pudding version 11. Holy crap, guys, it actually finally did happen. So let's look now at some changes. So actually looking at the top of the changelog, enable launching OneNote when clicking the top button on Surface Slim Pen 2. And I don't have a Slim Pen 2. What I do have is the original Surface Pen. So what I'm going to try to do here is let's try to pair this thing. I believe I have to press and hold and it will blink. And let's see if that feature works on the original Duo, because it does work on Duo 2. The biggest problem is just that it disconnects very quickly, whereas I guess Slim Pen 2 will not disconnect so quickly. All right, we have now paired. Let's click the button. And there you go, it does launch. So again, this will work on other older Slim Pens, but the problem is that after a few minutes, this will go to sleep, and then you have to press and hold to wake it back up. But it does still kind of work. All right, so working our way further down the changelog here. Enabled in Surface Duo features to choose preference for answering phone calls when folded. And what we're talking about here, if we go into our settings, we're going to talk about that notification shade here shortly. And we go to Surface Duo features, you see an option here that says fold back to answer. And what that means is you're going to get a phone call, and when you get the phone call, you open it up, see the call, and then you do this to answer it. And I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, closing it back around will then hang up the phone call. Not 100%, but I'm pretty sure that's right. Continuing on in Surface Duo features, you'll see span apps automatically. And what that does is you can effectively pick any app that you want. Let's just do calculator, so I don't have to blur anything by doing Outlook like I always normally do. If you then select that calculator app, it will launch Span. So if there is some app out there that every time you launch it, you span it, that's just how you like it. Maybe it's Outlook, right? Because Outlook is great span. You've got your emails and then your email list on the other side. Fantastic. You can now set that so that it always launches already spanned. So let's talk about that notification shade finally. Optimized quick settings and notifications width for portrait and landscape orientations. What we're talking about here is the notification shade. Look at it. It looks brand new, and it looks way better, and it looks exactly like it does look on Surface Duo 2. And if you pull down again, you're going to see you have the ability to control your brightness and your volume directly from your notification shade, which is great because if you use tint mode to watch a video, now you're watching a video, you want to change the volume, you don't have to pick it up and hit the buttons. You can just swipe down twice and fiddle with it that way. I think that is a great set of changes. So the next couple of items in the changelog are referencing sort of the appearance on the device. So first, let's look at the Microsoft feed over here. You're going to notice that it's kind of got rounded edges on some of these widgets, and that is something that is carrying over from Duo 2. It looks identical in terms of that appearance, and if you swipe up on Duo 2, you'll notice that the edges on the edges on the app drawer are now curved, and that is exactly the same as it is here. Maybe some curved stuff in Windows 11 carrying over. If we look at folders, folders do now, I believe, have a new interface as well. And since I've got OneDrive open there, let's go ahead and open it up, and I will show you a new thing that you can do in the OneDrive Photos app. Let's click Photos down here. Let's open up a photo, and now let's span it across both. And now what you're going to have is, for one, this interface where you can look at the picture be over here. I don't think that's new, but the new editing feature is very, very good. And this is something that we do have on Duo 2, and it is now feature parity here for the original Duo. There's actually quite a slew of things you can do here with different sliders to adjust the pictures that you have taken. And it's a really good interface. It's something that I actually do use. So they do also mention here the Xbox Game Pass app is just here by default. Before you had to go download it, I believe all they're saying now, it's just there automatically. So that's pretty much it in terms of like new features or things added. It's nothing too absolutely crazy. We do have to keep in mind though that we are going to be, of course, getting the Android 11 features, but sadly Android 11 really didn't bring like anything crazy to the table either, but I will quickly touch on them here. So one of my favorite ones is you do now have a built-in screen recorder. And of course, to get that, it's gonna be normally living in your quick settings here. You're gonna have to pull down, hit edit, and it is actually in there. So you got to drag that up into your actual other quick settings. And I believe this is the same screen recorder that we have on Duo 2. If you select it, you can tell it if you want to record audio, mic, whatever. Hit start and it's going to record. And if I'm remembering correctly, even if you're in phone mode, it's going to still record a blank screen on the left-hand side. I haven't tested that, but that is my recollection of how it worked on this guy. I'm guessing it's going to be the same on Duo 1. Now, if we jump into our settings here, and we go to apps and notifications, I believe this is an entirely new looking interface. It's been so long since I've used the original Duo or an Android 10 device. You're gonna have to forgive me here, but I'm pretty sure this is different. Like the ability to have priority conversations, the ability to have notification bubbles, which you'll see here. It's not something that I use, but you can see the option there. And basically what it does is you can have a little bubble of, your friend that texts you floating around, you hit it, it opens up into like a little quick view of that text message. It's something that's there and you may see it, you may use it. The ability to schedule dark mode off and on, I believe that is new. If you hold down your power button, here's a whole new interface and you'll see here I have controls for some of my smart devices in the house, my thermostat, my cameras, and you can add things to this. And there are a whole host of different things you can add if you have a selection of smart things to use. That is awesome. Best of my recollection, again, the dynamic media controls here. I believe that is different as well. I think before they were in their own little notification. Now they actually live in the shade. That's nice and handy to have. Now, I'm sure that there are more Android 11 features that I've just taken for granted at this point and forgotten. I did a quick Google search and found a couple of those that I had forgotten weren't on Duo, but now that I'm thinking about it, I know that they weren't, like the screen recorder, and I'm happy to be able to show those to you. But the biggest thing overall, guys, is just that now when you look at Duo 1 and Duo 2, they're going to look pretty much identical again. Or I guess for the first time, they're going to look identical. Now, there are some big differences still here, though, right? This is a 90 hertz screen. This is a 60 hertz screen. And trust me, in person, you can definitely tell the difference between the two. If we take a second here and we clear any running apps, which I didn't have much running, let's do like a couple of quick like app launches. You can get a general idea here of the speed difference between the two. Let's do Twitter first. We've got a clear win there for Duo 2. Let's do the Play Store. Another clear victory for Duo 2. Let's swipe up to go home on both. Some swiping issues still on Duo 2. No swiping issues on Duo 1. Take that with a grain of salt. It's on a table. It's hard to do it from this angle. Let's do Relay by Reddit. And kind of a mixed bag there because that one did need to go through a menu. Let's close it and we'll do it again. Well, something's just broken on the original Duo. You saw the animation swiping up to go home was a little stuttery. What about YouTube TV? In that instance, Duo 1 caught up and actually took the victory. What about normal old YouTube? Pretty similar. And what about Instagram? And some swiping issues for good measure for Duo 1. I think you can see there, it's similar. Duo 2, I think, is going to win more often than not, but there will be instances where the original Duo will be able to hang in there and hold its own just fine. And at least now, the original Duo does have all of the features minus the hardware features, where NFC camera, that stuff's not going to come, but it still now has the software features of the original Duo. I do want to mention that I don't actually see anything different in the camera app. I think it looks identical, but rest assured, I will do some camera tests and maybe do a back and forth between Duo 1 and Duo 2 to see if there's been any tweaking on the camera at all, but I don't see anything at first blush. Guys, we're pretty long on this video. Hopefully this gave you enough information and enough to go off of on this monumentally historic day. Android 11 is finally on Surface Duo. Thanks for riding along with me for the last 450 days as we got here. Like, share, subscribe, take a shot for your Duo loving friends out there. We made it, guys. We made it. We did it. We got there. I'll see you on the next one. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.